Hey folks, Mark here. Just going to show you some gameplay on Trackman's Virtual Golf 2.0 using Trackman Performance Studio's latest release 7.1. 7.1 is now the version that has Tournaments 1.0 release on it. So now there will be some tournament play available with Trackman Virtual Golf, including online play. That database is going to take some time to build to find some tournaments to go on and play that are public, but exciting for sure. Gives you some extra competition at home. The Virtual Golf 2.0, I had my Trackman since the summer, so I started on the original Virtual Golf, switched to the 2.0 version. Update came in I think November or December or something like that. Way better. Graphics have improved dramatically. And there's now the daytime play versus the dusk play, which is a cool feature. You can switch from one to the other. I don't work for Trackman or have anything to do with them other than owning their product and loving it. And so I'll openly say I don't like the dusk play. It's way too dark for me. But that's fine. It is something different, I guess. What I really like about the release Virtual Golf 2.0, the play around the greens got dramatically better. In the original Virtual Golf, we called it the bubblegum effect. You'd have chips where you could just basically throw it right at the hole. It would either stop dead or one hop and stop, just like it's landing on bubblegum or Velcro. That certainly doesn't happen anymore. Now all the contours are totally in play. Virtual Golf, the original one, a ball was nothing for a ball to stop in the middle of a tier when you're putting. Now it's going to go up and it's going to filter back down if you don't get it up that tier, just like real golf. So anyway, very realistic, but as I said, there was a couple guys in Golf Simulator forum who wanted to see some gameplay, and another gentleman who was talking about his Trackman, trying to decide what software to go with. I've only used the Trackman Virtual Golf software with my Trackman. I played other simulators, True Golf, E6, so other softwares I should say. I love this, not really planning on changing anything about it. So anyway, I'll take you right from setup. So setup super easy. Turn your computer on, turn your projector on, and set up your target. I was lucky enough that I built my simulator with my house, so I have several practice cups that are right in my concrete that we poured around. I have one as my center reference point, so I just put the ball right in the center of it, which I don't move things between rounds, so that's a good spot there. And let's play a few holes. I don't want this to get too long-winded and drawn out, so I'll just play for about 10 minutes, see how many holes we can get in. St. Andrews Castle is an amazing course. So this is what would be different for Trackman users going, hey, what's that? This is 7.1 release where you log in as yourself. This is the other change. And this will have the capabilities of tracking round stats, handicap. So now just a matter of selecting tee, play the tips I guess for a few holes, torture myself for a few. So tracking handicap round stats is what I'm told will be coming. It really isn't doing that yet. Okay, so let's play a few. I guess I'll just play for 10 minutes or so. So, compared to some of the other softwares I played, this is very true to life, especially with the update, very difficult around the greens. And if you're looking for simulator play that's going to let you shoot 8 under when you normally shoot high 70s, this isn't it. But if you want something as realistic as it gets, in my mind, this is pretty well it. I'm sure lots would argue that, which is totally fine. Okay, let's play a few quick ones. So you saw the flyby there, very vivid. You'll see on this shot the delay is essentially nothing. Usually by the time I look up, the ball's on its way on the screen. Pretty good strike there. My new burr tees, just got them yesterday. Anyone who has one of these mats where you can tee it up, it's great. You think it's great until the tees start taking people out. They fly all over the place, pain in the ass, you're always looking for them. These, because they just rest on the carpet, the whole concept is to go forward every time, which this has. I'll certainly be looking at if it's affected my launch characteristics at all. Haven't done it yet. Alright, 82, uphill a shade. 85, uphill a shade. Should be a decent distance. So I have my gimme set on 8 feet. Looks like I got lucky, might have one right off the bat. That's the shortest you could set it on, so you get to see some putting next hole, don't worry. And that's the shortest you can set it on. We find the putting and chipping, though difficult, very realistic. One user I noticed yesterday on a forum stated that they're having a hard time figuring out when a ball is going to check on chips versus release. I've also been trying to figure that out. I think it's mainly due to the contours. If you watch the spin down here, sometimes it'll be at like 72% around the green, so you know those ones are going to release a bit, but I've also seen those check. I think it's much more to do with if you land on a downslope or an upslope. So once again, true to life really, but you do got to watch those things because downslopes will trickle out dramatically. But I know I play on a course where that's going to happen too, that has greens that are pretty tricky like these ones, and it's equally hard to chip around. So I'm not so sure I have that carry in me right now, but we'll see. Like I pulled it a bit and hooked it. Which is good because I didn't have the carry in me. .128, what's it telling me? 88% power, 75% spin, uphill a bit. That's definitely an extra club, but it doesn't look like any fun over the green. Like those parameters definitely tell me hit something extra. I'm not going to, because I see lots of green in front there. As full as I can hit it, and as I suspected, short. And now you get to see some putting, because that's a big tier that's coming down. I use it on manual putting. You can have an arrow that's, you always putt straight and just try to feel out the weight. Manual putting, you get your bubbles and you aim it right or left as you see fit. So 4 inches down, this one's going to be quick. I have my stimp set at 9 to match my putting turf. And this one's going to finish trickling to the left a little. It's probably a shade soft. Maybe not. Once again, on 8-foot gimmies. But the putting, so if you have a 10-foot flat putt, my cup is 10 feet approximately from where I putt. My hitting area is 12 feet to the mat. So it is quite realistic. If I have a 10-foot flat putt straight and put a die in the center of the cup, it's pretty well good to go. I know I have quite a few great golfers over here, and everyone's typically quite impressed on how accurate it is in that regard. Oh, long par 3. This is every bit of this club. Did it good though. Oh. Okay. time here too, guys. Okay, we'll play this in one more. So, level, as I said, from here it is about 11 feet to my screen, so I've got to double that in my head. It's probably a little aggressive. Too bad. Skip the flyby on this one. Par 5. .273, 233 to the hole. Hook in that one. Get a feel for the chipping here now as well. I think that'll be a very tricky one as well. Like most of them around this course, yeah. So here I'm obviously landing on a downslope. I'd have to get some height on this. It's going to have to be soft. And I'd say it's still most likely going to trickle out off the other side of the green. So I do something pretty special. Okay, carry the slope. But you see a little bit of trickle there. Very realistic. Okay, big slinger now. But only 10 feet, so 3 inches downhill, so I definitely, this ball cannot be still moving at the screen, or it will be quite too hard, especially with that slope. You see even that, pretty quick. Which makes sense, as 11 feet to screen, it barely touched the screen, it was downhill, went 4 feet past. So, I think we'll leave it at that for now, guys, but I certainly have no problem coming on, showing you anything else you want to see. If you have any questions about Virtual Golf 2.0, Trackman Performance Studio, the practice modules, any of that stuff, I'm learning it myself. I know whenever I was trying to make my decisions, I could find hardly anything on Trackman other than some gameplay and whatnot. So, let me know if you need anything.